Alright folks, welcome back. Now what we're looking at, we're going to go over drop switch. If you notice, we're in a 2x2 formation. If I zoom out here a little bit, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So 2 receivers to either side, so we have a 2x2 situation. We're only going to focus on the right hand side here for this video, or on this particular play. This is drop switch. On the left hand side, it's just part of the video game. I can't get them to run the same thing that we're running here on the right hand side. So we're going to look at these 2 receivers over here. They're going to run what's drop switch. So if you notice here, the outside receiver goes over the top. It's extremely important the outside receiver goes over the top. If you notice, they're going to go ahead and mesh or switch right there at about 3 or 4 yards. Okay. Now they're going to carry, once they get past each other, if you notice, they both get kind of vertical here. All right, they're running about 14 yards, and then they're going to settle back in. Okay. Now, when we run drop switch, this guy right here should be coming back a little bit more, much like our outside receiver ends up doing here. This is drop switch here, though. Again, what we have is these 2 players are going to switch. Number 1 is going to come inside. Number 2 is going to release and get to the outside. They're both going to hook up. If we notice the ball is placed at the 30, we're completing it at the 15. That's about or actually catching it there maybe at the 16. So that's about a 14-yard route. 14, 15 yards is where we want to be. So drop switch, again, the idea is, now when we call drop switch, so the formation here would be spread right or spread left, and then we'd run drop switch. When we run drop switch, both sides would be running the same thing. Unfortunately, I can't get the game to do what I want it to do, but we'd be running switch on both sides. Okay? So that's drop switch for you in a nutshell. Again, remember the formation, we're in spread right, or spread left rather. We have X on the ball here, H is off the ball. We have Y on the ball and Z out there off the ball. So why is it spread right, or how do we know it's spread left? Y is to the left, he's to the call. And Z is left to the call. 2x2 situation, H has to know. If you're playing H, you got to know if it's 2x2, which the only 2x2 formation that we have in right now is spread. So when you hear spread and you're in H, you know you need to go away from the call. If it's trips or tray, then you need to go with the call. Okay? So H has to know. In 3x1 they go with the call, in 2x2 they go away from the call, and that's what we have here. So we have spread left, drop switch, and again that's where switch looks like. It's extremely, extremely important. Again, remember that the outside receiver has to cross over. So this inside receiver here, you got to make sure that you bubble underneath. Okay, and if you notice here, his steps are in, his steps are coming out. They're going to look at each other here and make sure that they're getting a good tight rub. We want them to be as close as they possibly can. Okay. The closer you guys are when you guys switch there, the better it'll rub off the defense, and the more open we'll be. Okay. So that's drop switch. We'll go through some more of our drop game here for you in just a few minutes.